Hello everyone, let's have ourselves a chat. I'm John from Rusty Chains, and today our chat is about Jacket! That's right, at long last the Chicken Man is accounted for. People have been asking since the launch of Payday 3 back in 2023 for Jacket to return, and after a pretty long wait, he's finally here. But is he worth that wait? Let's take a look. This pack includes Jacket as a heister, the Miami Decadence preset weapon, and the Sociopath Overskill and Overskill tree. For those who don't know, Overskills and their trees are new upgrades to improve or replace your Overkill weapons. We might do another video on the other ones if that's something people are interested in, but for today we're just going to focus on Jacket's Sociopath Overskill. More on that in a bit. For now, we're starting off with Jacket himself. How does he translate to Payday 3? Well, his model is good. Like, really good. The face always looks exactly how I imagined Hotline Miami 1 Jacket. In Payday 2, he looked a little goofy and then oddly old after they reworked his face. In Payday 3, he looks pretty perfect. His outfit is exactly the same as Payday 2 because that's just what the character wears and they nailed it the first time. The brow on his chicken mask is a little bit more furrowed, giving it a slightly more pissed off look that the Hotline Miami games had, while still keeping the Payday design with the big green eye rings. He has the tape recorder as his speech box again, and it's fantastic. We've got a whole bunch of new voices, like an 80s action trailer narrator, a British wildlife documentary, and a really hammy horror movie actor. I love it. This is the perfect amount of cool and cheesy, and the action voice especially fits Jacket to me. His lines range from cool and intimidating to hilarious. I'm super pleased with how the character turned out. In particular, the 80s action hero voice, that sounds like something that Jacket from Hotline 1, who goes out renting movies all the time, would use as his tapes. This feels a lot more true to the character than his Payday 2 version, which was mostly language tapes. His new weapon in this DLC is the Miami Decadence, which is not actually a new weapon, but a preset for the Tribune 32 auto pistol. It was the standard with Houston and Clover to get preset weapons, but I was hoping that Jacket, being a paid character, would give a proper unique weapon. I don't really like the preset system that much, as the presets typically perform worse than what I can create by just modding the weapons on my own. That said, this one is pretty solid. I actually found it pretty comparable to my normal Tribune build, so I was able to just slot it right in and have some fun with it. Not a lot about it to say that I didn't say when the Tribune was already released. If you're looking into making any guns look a bit more 80s, you also get a charm of Jacket's jacket and a sticker of his pixel art mask from Hotline Miami included with this DLC. Now let's talk about the Sociopath Overskill, the big star of the pack. You charge up your meter by racking up kills and completing objectives like normal. However, upon activation, instead of waiting for a weapon to be airdropped to a predetermined location, your heister just pulls out a baseball bat. It's super fun and super brutal, much like you would expect from Jacket. Your primary fire is a single target strike, while your alt fire is a wide multi-target swing. Whichever you use, the bat seems to be an instant kill on anything that's not a special enemy. While you have the bat active, you don't take damage. Your overkill meter ticks down as the duration of the bat, and when you get shot during your rampage, it takes a little bit more out of the meter. Initially, it's pretty easy for the cops to chew through your meter and leave you back in your normal heister state. However, it gets better and better with each upgrade in the Overskill line. Now, one downside to note, though, is you can't carry bodies or loot bags while the bat is active. As soon as you activate it, you just throw down whatever you're carrying on the spot. Like with any Overskill line, this one takes 16,500 XP earned from using the bat to fully max out the line. This actually wasn't too bad. It seems like a lot, but when I was testing this, it only took me about 3 heists per tier. So people who have been looking for more things to grind or progress now have these lines without having to alter their playstyles too much. It adds to what you're doing without you needing to go out of your way to change what you're doing to support it. There are 5 upgrades in this line for the bat. The first upgrade is a 20% damage reduction while there's 3 or more enemies within 5 meters of you if you're wielding the bat. This makes it easier to dive into the crowd and remain sustained in the Sociopath state. That's even easier with the next upgrade, where every kill with the bat grants 20% of your meter back to you. Essentially, the more kills you rack up, the longer you're swinging. Upgrade 3 makes you immune to staggers, stuns, or really any negative effects or things that could stop you from sprinting except the cloakers. This makes it even easier to close the distance and keep your spree going. In true Hotline Miami fashion, this bat is already rewarding you for being bold and diving into danger. Upgrade 4 restores 5 HP to your main bar for each kill with the bat. Basically, your reward is even further increased as you can build up a ton of health to have that waiting for you when your rampage does finally hit its end. The final upgrade lets you strike fear into the hearts of your enemies. When you kill an enemy with the bat, everybody within 5 meters of them will enter a panic and miss all of their shots. They're helpless to do anything but give you the evil eye as you chase them down in a hot pursuit. So, to recap, at max level with the bat, you're a killing machine with the baseball bat that can't be damaged and actually heals yourself while you terrify and beat the hell out of your enemies. Like I said, it's fun as hell. Starbreeze really cooked with this, and I can see this overkill slotting right into several of my builds. My favorite thing is you get a custom voice line from Jacket, and a really fucking awesome synthwave track if you activate the bat while you play as him.
A fall can result in blunt force trauma to the head and cause brain swelling.
And it's really funny because other heisters can faintly hear it coming from Jacket if they're nearby, which means canonically Homeboy's just putting a single actual music tape, cranking up the volume and just going apeshit. And honestly, I can relate. Now, before we wrap up, I need to address the controversy that's been surrounding the bat. Some people got mad at Starbreeze because the melee system rework has been long requested, and they felt one has been sold here. Now here's the thing. This is not a melee system. There was a fuss raised about an Almir quote from a couple days ago where he said they learned from Payday 2 never to introduce something in a class without a free version. And a lot of people were upset that this came without a free melee weapon. But it's not a melee weapon. I know that sounds weird and wrong when you're clubbing people's heads in with a baseball bat, but hear me out. There's no equipable melee slot. It counts as an overskill. And this update also introduced the free interceptor skill, so they were truthful about free systems coming with the paid version. To me, a melee system is whenever I press a button, that swings my melee. I can do that at any single time. This is an overskill, it has limited time active, and then you go back to your normal melee. This is different and detached from the melee system. I fully expect some people will not like me saying that. In talking about this with some other people over the last week since the trailer dropped, I've been called a shill, I've been called reductive, I've been called a fence sitter, but I kind of don't care about that label, because I'm not going to lie and make my opinions more negative just to be viewed more favorably. This is how I feel about this bat. Now, all in all, this is a very solid DLC. In fact, I think this is the first time where I was able to play a Payday DLC before it came out and just recommend it without an issue. There's no caveat. There's no, this is pretty good, except, like we've talked about in the past, that's not here with Jacket. He's fun. Sociopath is fun. His preset is good. I think this character pack is the win that Payday 3 really desperately needed right now. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, don't forget to spread that happy and stay rusty.